Yeah. So got another crazy banner this weekend. Um, Kind of go over Glacius kit, talk through my thoughts on Hatssut because she is probably my favorite champ in the game. Probably my most used champ still as well. But we'll go through the epics real quick. Theowen, very good early on. Very good in GVG. Very good in Arena still. He's great addition to the anti-air comp if you're not running him in there. Other than that, I didn't use him much. He's usable definitely in GR3, but it's just not somewhere I used him. I know a lot of people use him in there, so he's an option in there as well. Other than that, you might be able to use him in Pelagios as well. Like if you're early on and you just don't have the options. Beyond those four things, I don't really see much use out of him. But like I said, he is a great champ. Cyclone, I've never used them. I know a few people used them in Gear Dungeon 2. For a knockback, but other than that, I don't think he's really getting much use. And Titus, until recently, I haven't really used really either. I actually did use him in my Gear Dungeon 2 runs. He was very good in that. He's very good in faction trials, I think, as well. Underrated for that. His only issue is I think he's like 31 cost or something stupid. No champ should be that high, yeah. So that's his big issue is his cost. But yeah, those are the epics. As far as new heroes go, we got Glacius. I'm trying to not comment on you need to summon for these champs until I get test server with the new ones. Um, Personally, I will be summoning this weekend just to either try to grab a copy of Glacius or grab a copy some dupes of Hats. Like I said, Hats it is probably my most used and my favorite champ. So as far as Glacius, we got his talent: basic attack inflicts slow upon hit with a 20% chance to additionally inflict freeze. Unable to move, take action for 2 seconds. Deals 20% increased damage to targets inflicted with slow, 20% increased damage to targets inflicted with freeze. Basic, normal 100% damage attack. When activated, increase attack range and turns basic attack into 3 consecutive strikes, with each strike dealing 90% damage to random enemies in range. For every 1% max HP of shield strength owned, increase damage by 1% up to 100%. So he's got a lot of possible damage increase. So if you have some of the big lords like Elder or Hars, you're really going to get a lot more damage out of him. Honestly, Rourke's pretty good as well as far as dealing damage. So I could see him being decent in Simra. Like if you're running like a Rourke comp, like I do, like I personally run Rourke in my team. Get some shields on Glacius. Maybe you're running a Vortex in there as well, so you're getting some additional shields. It's just going to increase his damage multiplier as well. I did see a video with War Guides where he was showing his damage. He like out damaged Zilla 2 in Guild Boss, but I think he had some Awakenings into him. So we'll look over those as well, because I think some of his Awakenings give him some really good damage. Gains a shield equal to 20% of max HP every 30 seconds, lasting for 10 seconds. Each time damage is taken, reduces cooldown by 1 second up to 12 seconds. When the ultimate is activated, this effect triggers immediately and increase the shield strength obtained to 40%. And then he's got some increased cooldown rates here as well as more shield strength. So shield gain plus 5%, ultimate shield strength plus 10%. So he's getting 10 more shield percent or 10% shield gain and then ultimate shield strength up by 20% with those books or skills. I didn't actually go over this one. Damage each strike 20%. Effect duration goes to 20 seconds, which is pretty crazy. And then skill cost minus 100. This hero possesses freeze immunity, deals 60% damage, deals 60% extra damage to enemies inflicted with freeze. If the target is immune to freeze triggered by talent, the hero inflicts Eye of Winter. Glacius regards this effect. Glacius regards this target as inflicted with freeze. That's pretty cool. That's actually very cool. So damage multiplier 10%, damage multiplier 10%, and then the Eye of Winter duration plus 2 more seconds. So you're getting 5 seconds total out of that. This could be huge for getting boost damage, because if he's getting that each target is inflicted with freeze, like on like bosses or anything, so he's gonna grab a bunch of damage that way as well. So that sounds like it reads like it'd be very good single target. What's the timer on that? Just a passive. So I think this could proc quite a bit as well. That would be interesting. When there are one or more targets in range, increases damage by 15%, with an extra 15% damage dealt to targets inflicted with freeze. So even more boost damage on the freeze. Attack 300. I forgot to look at his base stats, so I don't know how significant that is. Increase the shield strength gained by 20%. When the shield increases, damage dealt by 15%. Damn. So that was the. So that's going to be a big one too, as far as increasing damage again. So he has a lot of damage gain in his awakenings then as well. Upon receiving fatal damage for the first time, triggers Ice Barrier for 10 seconds, during which the hero cannot act or take damage. When it expires, the hero restores 30% HP and 100% rage, and gains 50% shield for 10 seconds. So that's like the Brokir kind of thing almost. So he probably goes into an ice block like Brokir. Damn. So he is pretty cool. He's definitely a unique champion. Um, like I said, it's going to be up to you guys on that. I think he could be good. If you're missing mages, I think he could be good as well. Um, Want to check his base stats real quick. So he does have a decent base attack with 4,600. Not like the highest for mages, but it's definitely significant. And cost is 19. Yeah, he definitely seems interesting. I'm hoping to grab a copy. Like I said, if you have like an Elder or Hars, you're probably gonna get a lot more out of him with those increased shields. So he could be something you guys really want to look for if you are one of those people that have them. And then we go to Hatssut. Like I said, she's my favorite champ. I'm looking for awakenings for her. I eventually want to get her A5, but I know that's a long, long way away. But even like her A4 is insane. The penetration. A3 is very underwhelming. A2, the attack is very nice because she has such a low base attack already. So this is almost like a 10% stat gain just off base. So the A2 is a lot bigger than people think. And then Soul Drain, plus 5% damage. So let's go through her kit real quick if you guys are unaware. So her basic attack is an attack that bounces the other enemies. And with that, it applies damage reduction for 10 seconds. It's a 10% damage reduction. So very, very good for like the AoE arena and all those ones where you're having tons of mobs. Like if you're running her in AoE arena, why she's so effective is you could basically knock defense down on all those mobs as soon as they spawn and allow your other DPS to really just knock them down right away. So that's why she's such an insane arena champ. Um, Ultimate deals damage up to 5 enemies nearby, dealing 100%, 180% AoE damage every 0.3 seconds, lasting for 3 seconds. So insane amounts of damage. That's why the ultimate is also so crazy because you're actually getting another 540% AoE damage essentially because you're getting the extra 1 second. And then finally, when deployed, gains invisibility for 20 seconds. Meanwhile, each kill increases attack by 5%, stacking up to 5 times and lasting for 8 seconds. So, gaining insane amounts of attack gain as well on that. If you guys do not have Hatssut, I think she is an absolute must summon for. Um, like I said, she's still probably my most used champ. You're not gonna get the ton of value out of like on Codex or Guild Boss 2, but where you will be is like all the gear raids. If you haven't completed any of them, she's a great slot in for Gear Raid 1 a lot of times. Um, insane champ in Gear Raid 2. She let me clear Gear Raid 2 like within like I think it was like the first month. Um, my account now that I'm on, I actually re-rolled for this account. It was the first Hatssut banner they had, and I ended up pulling Hatssut and Silas. I was like, okay, well, this is my main now. So definitely an insane champ to have early on. Also, Gear Raid 3, she's incredible. She holds that right wing spot perfectly later on once you're getting into those 1920s and 21s. And then as far as the new gear dungeons go, she is an absolute carry in Gear Dungeon 2. So another one that you'll want to have in there. Like it's possible to beat it without her, but I know it's a lot harder. And it requires some even more insane champs, I think, or even like just like I know a lot of people that don't uh kill that right side are running like some crazy things on the left. Like I don't know. I definitely, if you don't have her, must summon. Other than that, I think that's all for this one. I wanted to just get a video out there talking about these. I hope your summons go well. I should have a summon video out tomorrow. I'm doing a Hatssut guide later today. That'll be out as soon as the banner goes live tomorrow. So check in for that. I'll probably be running her through like most of the gear raids. I'll probably show how I build her for arena. We'll talk about gear sets. We'll talk about artifacts. Um, yeah, we'll just show her overall. And then I should have a summoning video out Saturday. I think I'm gonna wait till do all my summons on Saturday. When the Ingrid banner goes live, I should have a should you summon out tomorrow as well on for Ingrid because I think most people are gonna end up summoning for her just because I think they probably just pulled last week for Praetus as well. So it's just like might as well throw some summons at that banner as well. But yeah, I'll be talking about that banner. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.